going to be seeing some Maasai giraffes over here on the left. And take a good look at their spots there, jagged and unique, shaped around their edges, which is how we know they're Maasai giraffes. Reticulated giraffes are going to have smoother edge spots that'll fit better together like a puzzle. Now, giraffes can get up to about 18 to 20 feet tall when fully grown. So a group of giraffes, kind of like we have on here today, that is called a tower of giraffes. A tower of giraffes. Because if bees were to get into their big ears or their trunks and sting them, they would have a pretty hard time surviving out there in the wild. So farmers built beehive fences around their crops. Now the bees scared away the elephants. The elephants didn't trample the crops. Now here on the Harambe Wildlife Reserve, we do actually have 5 cheetahs. The white rhino on the right. So we'll stop here between both of them for all your pictures. Now the lions are just lying around, taking a little cat nap.
Oh my gosh.
Lions will rest and relax for about 16 to 20 hours in one day, and they will do their hunting at night, and it'll be the female.
They're hunted down and poached for their horns, even though those horns are made up of keratin. And keratin, if it sounds familiar, is the same exact thing as what's in our own hair and fingernails. In fact, sometimes you can find rhinos filing their horns down on tree trunks the same way that we file down our nails. And it looks like a little bit further ahead, there are a couple of bongo. There's one right by this bunch of out of that water there. And it looks like the whole group is heading into that water, and the name for a group of hippos is actually a bloat. Now also coming up along has a unique fingerprint, and the giraffe has their own unique spot pattern. Now, giraffe have 18-inch long tongues to help wrap around all of those leaves and get to all of that food. They are the tallest animals in the world. They come in at heights between 18 to 20 feet tall. They do start out very tall, however, they are born at about 6 feet tall and between 100 to 150 pounds. Now, you might have noticed Now on that left-hand side, that is a herd of African elephants. Now you might notice that elephant that we have a really good view of is flapping its ears. That is one way that they cool themselves down. That can help cool them down by about 15 degrees. They also cool themselves down by fleeing dirt and mud onto their backs, and that will help act as a natural sunscreen because they have really sensitive skin they want to help protect from the sun. You could also tell that those elephants were using their trunks in order to grab onto some of that food. Their trunks have roughly 40,000 muscles in them, which is more muscles than we have in our entire bodies. And those trunks will grab onto that food, and they will also starve out. Now we're heading around a flamboyance, which is the name for a group of flamingo. These are greater flamingo, which are the largest and lightest pink of the flamingo species. They get that coloring from their diet of brine shrimp. They are filter feeders, so in order to get to that shrimp, all they gotta do is place their heads upside down in the water and then open up their bills. You can spot a couple of them doing that on this side. You might also spot some that still have gray on them because it can take a couple years for them to get that full pink coloring. And if you look at the island they're standing on, you might notice they're standing on a giant hidden Mickey. Including a little baby. Now we can tell this is a baby white rhino by looking at its horns. As I mentioned with the black rhino that we saw, rhinos are not born with horns. They're going to grow between 3 to 6 inches per year. And of course, as soon as I say their horns, that little one decides to turn around so we can't see them. But you can tell it looks like it's about to go nursing, which is how you can tell that it is still a baby. But if you do ever get a good look at those rhinos' horns, it will grow between 3 to 6 inches per year, so it actually only kind of has 1.5 horns on the front of its head right now. White rhino get their name from a mistranslation of the Afrikaans word "vite," which means wide and refers to the shape of their mouth, because they have a wide, square mouth that helps them graze on grass. You can get a really good look at it right on this rhino right here on the left-hand side. And you can also see exactly how large they are. They will get anywhere from 4,000 to 5,500 pounds. And white rhino are the most social of the rhinos. To take off. Cheetah are the fastest land animals in the world. They can reach speeds of 60 miles an hour in just 3 seconds, walking all the way up along that hill towards the back. There's another one laying down on that left corner of this hill. You might notice with the one walking around, it has a really long tail. That tail will help it maintain its balance and stability when it runs. It also kind of helps act like a rudder on a boat and helps it change direction. And if you ever get over to this other side where we can get a better view without the sun being in all of our faces. Now, sometimes people are shocked when we come over here and see these lions. As you'll notice, 2 out of the 3 of them are sleeping, but they will sleep for about 20 hours every day. Now we can tell the male from the females because the male has that really large, fluffy, cool looking mane. While that mane does look very cool, it actually does serve a purpose as well. It will help protect his head and his neck because he will stay behind in order to defend the pride while the females go out and do most of the hunting. And to help with hunting, lions have a night vision that is 6 times more powerful than our own vision is. And if you are ever lucky enough